Have you ever wondered what happens when you strain a muscle, or even worse, when you get a tear of the muscle, ligament or tendon? Well, have a look at this person's leg after they've torn 80% of their Achilles tendon.
I'm just doing the calf squeeze test or Simmons test. On this, on the right is the foot is moving, but on this one there's no movement at all.
So what's happening when we get this huge hematoma? We think, well, we've just pulled a muscle, but suddenly we seem to get damage all over the place. Well, I want to demonstrate to you using some ice. You might wonder why I'm doing this, but just watch how the ice stresses and fractures once we put pressure on it. So let's imagine that this ice represents our muscle fibres. But as you increase the pressure, you'll see the fracture lines increase and the damage increases. And this is what happened in our Achilles. There was a huge amount of pressure all at once from a foot getting stuck in a hole. Too much pressure, huge amounts of muscle fibres all tearing together, and that's where the bruise comes from. So how do muscles actually work in the body? Well, if I was to try and explain the whole process to you, it would blow your mind. It's incredibly complex. But to put it very basically, we have our muscles made up of little individual muscle fibres, as shown by our spaghetti strands. Now, each of these fibres is made up of something called sarcomere. And these little filaments are ingenious because what they do is they overlap and slide over each other like so. Well, I want you to imagine that you're going to carry out a HIIT training session. You've only got 10 or 15 minutes and therefore you haven't really warmed up properly. What's going to happen? Well, let's see. So we're putting the muscle under strain and let's have a look. Well, what you can see is the muscle hasn't completely torn, but what we've got is tears of the fibres. And this can lead to inflammation and a lot of pain. And very importantly, if you want to train the next day or the day after, you can feel very stiff. And why is that? Well, because these fibres have got to repair. So let's have a look at muscle that's been properly warmed up. Well, here's one I cooked earlier. Yes, this muscle or spaghetti has been in hot water for a period of time, and look what happens. It becomes pliable or flexible, and that's exactly what you want with your muscle if you're going to carry out effective training. The Sport and Health app allows you to develop your muscles at the rate that they should be built. So in this example, you'd have leg extensions for your stomach work so that you don't strain the back or the neck. And this would gradually increase to get full leg extensions before we move to a much more dynamic exercise, which is double leg extensions. Each time you use the app, you can increase the intensity or decrease the intensity of the exercise so that you're not causing damage to your body. You can also go to stretch out on the app, where you can choose a specific area of the body and get safe stretches for that area where you'll be taught exactly how to do the stretches. You can watch it on small screen or large screen, whichever suits your wishes. Added to that, you can choose your own fitness components to work on, and you can choose the level of importance they are to you. You can choose your starting level and then go back to a different level when you're more advanced. And you can even tell the app if you're injured in terms of muscular injury or joint injury, and the app will then only set safe exercises for you. It will also set you a program that will help you rehabilitate from your injury, and you can again increase or decrease the level of these exercises to what suits your body at the time. If you go to the male trainer in Personal Trainer, you'll get exercise videos that have 3 points in each exercise, and if you go to Female Trainer, you'll get a guided talk through of each exercise. Or you could follow an elite athlete online who's been training for years and try and copy what they do. But we suggest you don't.